Hello, welcome to Burning Questions, April 12. We've got a big show lined up. We have only got the two guests, the three panelists. I stupidly decided to organise Chris Alford to jump on, half forgetting that he had to travel across the great Tasman, and then he had no sleep after driving at Ballarat last night. And probably the main thing is he doesn't really know how to use technology. So my error there, but we've still got a couple of superstars on here. I might start with the debutant. I've seen his face on Burning Questions before, but it's usually bobbing up in the back of a car on the way to Mildura. Now he's here in his own right. Jordan Leedham, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Toc. Thanks for having me.
Where do you find yourself today, by the way? Where do we catch you?
Just at home. Just got home from working the horses, so yeah, just perched up, and you were waiting for me for a little bit. I was a bit like the pup. I was just trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, well, knowing you've got every other app under the sun, so I'm staggered you don't have the old Microsoft Teams. Andrew Gath joins us in sunny Perth. By the look of that, Andy, you flicked me a couple of pictures last night of the sort of elite sort of places you were rolling around in. You had the footy ground, Gloucester Park was all lit up. You're living the high life at the moment.
Yeah, no, it's pretty comfortable over here with one horse, and great weather. But as you can see on the screen here, got great staff at home looking after the horses. So over here, don't have to worry about what's happening back home.
You might be away for a few weeks. What's the under and over line of how many winners the stable might produce while you're away?
You should drive one tonight and about 3 for me on Saturday. So it'd be disappointing if he lets me down.
Good stuff. Let's get stuck right into it. It's going to be a great show. We're going to look at racing at Melton on Saturday night, and of course the big meeting at Cambridge tonight. Pride's Easy Feed stands as a proud supporter of the harness racing industry with their set recipes and quality ingredients to give the trainer confidence in what they're feeding. So make the switch to Pride's and start getting the result you've been chasing. Bach's still got something to prove, but will he get this done while right in the groove? We're looking at race 5 on Saturday night. Fellas, Bach draws barrier 3 for Kyle Marshall, Anthony Butt. Jordy, you are driving Yambuckian, barrier 6 for Andy Gath. I might start with Andy because I don't want you to second guess his instructions here and catch yourself out. Andy, firstly on Bach, you would have watched him a lot in New Zealand. I really like him. I'll keep backing him until he gets beaten. Is this a difficult test for him? And I'd love to know what your thoughts are on his gate speed. You would have seen a lot more of him racing back home in New Zealand.
Yeah, obviously he was a quality horse in New Zealand, and he's brought that form over with him since Kyle's had him, and they've done a terrific job with him. And yeah, it's a step up in class for him. The previous races he won weren't free for all horses. Even though the elite ones aren't here, they're all pretty seasoned quality horses. And yeah, he sort of leaves the gate okay. Wouldn't say he's an absolute flyer, but he's got a bit of speed outside him, obviously, in late captain. And Buckingham can leave the gate too if he chooses to go forward anyway. So he's definitely the one to beat. I'm not sure what odds he'll be. I wouldn't be taking odds on, but I'm sure he deserves to be favoured. And his first step into free-for-all company, I think it might be his last.
Yeah. Thoughts on Yambuckian? Is he ready to go? And how do you want him driven? Are you going to have a bit of a look early?
He trialled really well. He worked really good during the week, apparently. Foreman Peter told me. Is that right, Jordy? Bit of a tricky draw. Probably early on in his career, he's noted as a bit of a front runner. But last season, most of his runs were coming off the speed. He hit the line really good. So I think, Jordan probably go forward early and just sort of see if he can slot in somewhere, but he won't be blasting out the gate.
Jordy, how has he worked while Mr. Gath's been away holidaying?
Yeah, Andy's got the right mail there. No, he's since his trial, he's come on very well, and his work at home's only getting better, but he shouldn't be too far away.
Do you like what you see about Bach, though? He's a nice horse. He's going for 4 in a row. Is he going to be very hard to beat, do you think?
Yeah, no, like Andy touched on, his form over in New Zealand was quite good before coming over to Australia. And, Kyle and Sophie have got him ticking along nicely. And, off his recent form, he's the one to beat, but it is a step up in grade.
Yeah, good stuff. Good luck there. Race 5 on the card. First leg of the quaddie on Saturday night. The second of our sponsors, Sulky App. Fantastic form tool. Combining the power of results and horse sectionals with Sulky App, you now have access to gate speed, swooper, ability, and behaviour ratings. Never miss a trainer, driver, or gear change again. Sulky app is a form guide revolution. Andy's import is on a mission for 5 straight. So will Jordy be the punter's mate? You're going to learn pretty quickly, Jordy, that I'm pretty good at writing these questions. They're very, very top notch. We'll leave you to last. First race on the card, Andy. Classic mission, outside back row. After drawing to lead his first 4 starts here in Australia, you've really you've made it difficult for the young fella.
Oh, not really. Putting him on a horse that's won 4 in a row, I can't make it any easier than that for him. But in saying that, we know he's found the front every time. I did get across in one of them. Kate was having a sleep. It's okay. She doesn't watch the show, so it's fine. I'll get away with it. He's done a terrific job. Probably excelled all our expectations. Going on what he's done at home and what he's done in New Zealand. So not only the draw's harder, but it's a step up in class every time he wins. So he's a winning hope. It's all going to be barrier draw dependent, but I'm sure he'll run a good race off the fence as well.
Okay, yeah. So there is a bit of speed. There's like Roryville, Aussie Battler used to be about as fast as they come. Obviously, you want the speed on, Andy, but there is the recipe's there, isn't it, on the front row that there could be some speed on?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think Ura will just sort of keep going until he finds the lead. He can pull pretty hard if he doesn't sort of find the top. So hopefully, the first quarter's well and truly under 28, which brings us into the race. And so do slack it off. He's the type of horse that he can sort of make his own luck. He's got a bit of depth about him as well. But yeah, Captain Hammerhead, he's gone around in Eureka and a lot of big races. So it's probably his first step for him outside his age group. But he's a quality horse and he's definitely going to be the one to beat.
What's his ceiling, do you think, Andy? Classic mission. Like, where could he get to, do you think?
Well, it's hard to say. He don't know. He's won over 2,200 going 154 himself, which is, virtually free for all time. So you expect at some stage we'll get to that level.
Yeah, good stuff. Jordy, you get on the right horse here in really good form. 4 wins. He's led them all. But, look, it's never easy, no matter what race you're in, outside back row. What are your thoughts ahead of the opening race on Saturday night?
Yeah, no, as Andy touched on, the horse is, when we first got him, wasn't the best track worker or anything like that you'd ever see. And but no, he's taken it to the racetrack, and that's all you can ask for, I guess. But a tricky draw outside the second row over the short. But as Andy touched on, there's plenty of speed off the front, and hopefully, they sort of all use that speed early and bring us into the race.
Yeah, good stuff. How's he worked during the week while Andy's been away?
The same as always, pretty steady, but that's what we expect now.
It's winning track work sort of form.
Exactly right.
And we've got the man in the cart to do the job. Before we leave Melton and go to New Zealand, just let me search for your name, Jordy. You've got Classic Mission. You've got Rosarito Miss. You've got He's a Meister. You've also got Yambuckian, which we've touched on, Chinese Whisper, and also Tweedledee in the last race. Who is your best winning chance on Saturday night, do you think?
As you touched on, Toc, there's quite a few good chances there, but I think Tweedledee in the last with the pegs run, hopefully he can either be in front or behind the leader at worst, and I think he'll be very hard to beat.
Good stuff. I'm not sure if I'll let you know you need a best bet at the end of all this, so just keep that in mind, whether you want to lean on race 9, number 1, and it may very well be Andy Gath. I don't know. Hey, that's Melton looked at. Let's head across to the racing at Cambridge tonight, which kicks off reasonably soon. Logical Staffing Solutions provides labour hire and recruitment services to the transport, warehousing, automotive and manufacturing industries. A logical solution for your staffing needs. Who leads a mouth-watering TAB Trot, and who should we side with from this outstanding lot? The TAB Trot is about close to 6 p.m. tonight here in Victoria. Jordy, we'll start with you. Queen Elida, RC Phoenix, Just Believe, Call Me the Breeze. The 4 Victorians have gone 1, 2, 3, 4 in the barrier draw. First of all, who do you think leads the race? And then who do you think wins it?
Yeah, no, as you touched on, Toc, they've all drawn pretty good gates. And from listening to Anton and Nathan's couple of interviews they've had there, they seem like they're pretty pretty keen on pushing the button early and getting across in front of them all. So I think, I don't see any of the ones underneath other than Just Believe maybe wanting to go to war early. And I think they'd be happy to sit on Call Me the Breeze anyway.
Now, who wins? Is it Call Me the Breeze, given that?
Yeah, I'd say Call Me the Breeze, but I made real good mates with Benny Hope when he was over here working for Lils for a little bit, so I wouldn't be shocked if he got up and got the cash.
With Muscle Mountain at around 750. Yeah, good stuff. I think it's going to be a great race. Andy, how do you see it? First of all, who do you think leads through the early stages and controls the race?
Yeah, I think if Nathan Watts lead, he probably can. I think Penny can leave the gate okay. He can be a little bit rough at times too. So whether Stu's wants to throw caution to the wind, which he did last start against Just Believe, he sort of let him run the gate. So but yeah, I think Call Me the Breeze will eventually get there. And yeah, it's a tricky little race. I don't think Greg will get involved early. He's probably got enough confidence in his horse that he knows he can sit outside most of these and beat him. He has done previously. So but I'm sticking with Oscar Bonavina. Much as I love to see the Victorian twin, but every time I watch a Group 1 race in New Zealand, 80% of the time Mark Pruden seems to be winning it. So Oscar for me.
At a price too, $8. Good stuff. Making me a little nervous. You boys are pushing the Kiwis here. I thought Call Me the Breeze would lead, or can lead, will lead, and I think it'll win. And at 350, that might be a little teaser to the best bet, which is probably stupidity, really, when you look at the caliber of the field to put a best bet in that race. But I found the rest of the racing there and at Melton a little bit tricky. So Call Me the Breeze for me, fellas. Sticking to Cambridge over in New Zealand, the race by Grins has drawn so many stars, but which horses' owners will be shouting the bars? That goes into top 5 written questions of all time, that one. That is very good. Boys don't agree. We'll go to you again, Jordy. The race by Grins is race 9, the last on the card tonight there at Cambridge. Don't Stop Dreaming, now into $1.75. How do you see this one panning out?
Yeah, no, I think Don't Stop Dreaming back on home soil now will probably be the one to beat, I reckon. Looks like he's going to get every chance to be getting back in the winner's circle. But, I wouldn't mind seeing Speak the Truth or Better Eclipse getting over the top of him and bringing the race back over here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be difficult. Don't Stop Dreaming, Andy. Draws really well. Really good run in the Flying Mile there last week. Merlin won that race from the chair. Just draws outside, though. So what do you think? The favourite wins this one? Don't Stop Dreaming?
I think he's won the beat. He's, savaged the line last week and he's a quality horse. He has had a fair bit of racing too, but, his last run was, terrific. So he's in a great stable. He's going to be spot on. A little bit of speed outside him. Max Shah can really leave the gate if he wants to, and he might sort of push the issue and try and get past Don't Stop Dreaming and probably looking to hand up to Merlin, the stablemate. So, yeah, I'm not guaranteed he's going to find the pegs, Don't Stop Dreaming, or, lead. I think, they probably only think their only winning hope is with Merlin is to find the pegs first. So I think it'll be a bit of speed early. Obviously, quality horse, two Aussie horses Speak the Truth and Better Eclipse are, top-notch horses. They're drawn poorly, but the speed early, they might bring him into the race. And even though he's sort of pretty old and probably not going quite as good as he is, but I thought Selfish Short was pretty unlucky last week, and he's probably going to be overjoyed. Yeah.
Yeah, he's if someone's looking for a little dollar each way bet, $15 and $2.90. He was climbing over heels, wasn't he, there in the Flying Mile last week, Andy?
Yeah, no, he was. So, and again, from the great stable that know how to win big races.
Yeah, going to be a great race. That all that action's on Trots Vision too. So for anyone wanting to watch it over here or in Victoria or anywhere in Australia, you can get onto trotsvision.com.au. The stream starts at 2:30, so you can sit there and take in all the action from the Night of Champions and cheer on the Aussies. So, around 5:52 for the TAB Trot, I reckon, by my calculations, and around 7:10 for the race by Grins. Boys, Sharp's Bakery in Birchip is a brand new sponsor of ours. Well, they've been on board for a couple of weeks, but they're great people. They do fantastic vanilla slices. First of all, Andy, well, I was going to ask you if you've ever had one, but I don't reckon you'd ever lower your standards to even head to Birchip because you only deal with capital cities, don't you?
Yeah, if I got to Google map it, I probably haven't been there.
You did prepare a horse that won the one of the races there, the Sun and the Moon. It's gone airborne since it left your place.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, mostly when they leave our place.
Jordy, have you indulged in one of those sensational vanilla slices, multiple award-winning vanilla slices from Sharp's Bakery?
Yes, Herbie got me onto them when we went through there on the way to Mildura. I did say no, but he wasn't taking that for an answer and pretty much shoved it down my throat. So, yeah, I've had a go and, yes, delicious.
Out of 10? 10 out of 10?
Yeah, 10 out of 10 for sure, Toc.
And Herbie's cannot go through Birchie without calling in, I assume.
Yes, I reckon he's got it mapped out to leave and get there in time so he can stop and even probably sit down and eat it. That's how much he enjoys it.
Good stuff. Great people there at Sharp's Bakery in Birchip. They sponsor our best bets, fellas. I'll leave you to last, Jordy, because I can't remember if I told you to come up with one. Andy, what are you doing with your best bet anywhere in the country this weekend?
Yeah, I'm going with Melton tomorrow night, the last race. Number 1. I did have it written down already, so just in case Jordo goes the same as me, Tweedledee. So don't let me down, Jordo. Like, a lot of people watch this show and they're probably having their last on it, so don't let them down.
Yeah, 9:46 p.m. Saturday night, Tweedledee. Jordy, you knew one of your drives were going to end up with this sort of pressure. Why don't you double down and make the best bet Tweedledee as well?
Yeah, well, I did say before I knew that was Andy's that I thought he was my best hope. So I guess we'll just have to double down, and I better not let the viewers down.
Good stuff. All right, race 9, number 1, Tweedledee. The TAB have been very kind. They do a burning question special in the app every week. So for anyone watching, jump onto the TAB Saturday morning. There'll be some sort of special around the burning questions tips. And given I'm tipping at Cambridge tonight, I'll see what they can do. They might give us a nice price about Tweedledee for the Andy Gath and Jordan Leedham followers. I'm going to go with tonight, boys. Race 6 at Cambridge. I've barely watched a race at Cambridge. The more I talk about this, I'm talking myself out of it. But I think Call Me the Breeze will lead well. And I think from there, he just might be too good around that little circuit there. And at 350, he's very backable. So race 6, number 4, Call Me the Breeze in the TAB Trot at Cambridge. Boys, fantastic to have you on. Andy, just a quick word before we let you go. Catch a Wave. He's settled in. He's going to race tonight at Gloucester Park. Then he'll head towards the Nullarbor the following Friday. What are your confidence levels tonight? Might be a little bit tricky from the back row.
Yeah, the trip took a little bit more out of him than I thought it would, but the last sort of 24 hours he's been really good and ate up last night and has been really sharp and put him out the paddock this morning and he seems really well. So it's going to be a tricky little draw. Probably won't overdrive him, but if they sort of go hard and get the right run, he's still capable of winning. But I'm sure he'll be significantly better next week.
Good stuff. Jordy, you've made yourself look like you're working. You can head straight back to the golf course, mate.
No worries, Toc. I'll go get a quick 9 in.
Good on you, fellas. That's been Burning Questions, April 12. Follow trotsvision.com.au right throughout the weekend. We've, of course, got the Nutrient Equine Parade and sales. A massive weekend on Trots Vision. I'll be back next Friday with more Burning Questions. We'll see you then.